Francis, you are a wonderful person from what I've been reading about you. You know, I'm looking at your stuff, and you're a jazz musician from Africa. Is that correct?
Yeah, originally from Lagos, Nigeria,
yes.
Africa. Yeah, but I live in Dallas, now. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's start off with the question of the day, or the question of the week. I do a question with every guest, and if you could choose to be any animal in the world, what animal would you be?
Francis.
I told you it's
Francis.
So which one would you be? I apologize.
Yeah, I said the animal would still be Francis.
You'd still be Francis. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
It works. So as a jazz musician, I was reading through your bio and stuff, and I'll be honest, I have a very small show here, but we do have a few people that watch all the time. Francis, can you tell me about yourself, your background, what you do?
Yeah.
In your words.
Oh yeah. My name is Francis, first name, last name, honor, but the family name is, Adie, so usually it's supposed to go on Adie, and you see that in my bio, but now we just stick to the honor, so yeah, so I'm a jazz musician, been playing music for a little bit, I started off with percussion, playing in the church, from there started learning piano, apparently from piano, one day, my piano teacher caught me on the trumpet, and the guy was like, hey man, you shouldn't even be playing piano, man, that let's just get you on the trumpet straight, so I guess that was when I just made that transition into playing trumpet, played trumpet for a little bit, started music like around when I was 16, then I transitioned from playing trumpet into saxophone when I was about age 24, and,
okay.
To set it straight, I taught myself saxophone, I just looked at it, picked it up one day, and I'm like, what, I'm going for this guy, so 5 days, learning all my basics, learning all the skills and all that, Then the 6th day, I was on stage performing with a saxophone.
So that's an awesome story. It's sometimes things just connect with us, and I think that's what happened, right? You got up there with the saxophone and it really connected with you. So when you're playing music, I was reading through your bio, and one of the things it says is that it's almost a spiritual connection that you have with music, and it's almost a metaphysical thing.
Yeah.
It's in the very bottom of your bio. And what do you mean by that? That it's almost metaphysical.
When I was talking about music being, taken into the metaphysical space, it is like, that space where nobody, can really understand. Most times, I used to crack this joke with my friends. I'm like, the only thing that can keep me up for like 48 hours, no sleep, is music. So long as I have my saxophone and I'm playing music, I can be up for 48 hours, and I'm not going to be tired. But when you get that music off me, man, that's
done.
it. It kills it, So, but what I'm trying to say in essence is, when somebody like me, when I play music, it just takes me to that space where, even for me, I can't even explain it to you. It's almost like a beyond physical realm where, I'm just in that zone, and, I love to always be in that space, it just gives you that, you're in a space where you have clarity, you're seeing, a lot of things, and you're getting some good vibes, like that. So that's what I meant by, music, just taking it to, the metaphysical standpoint.
I think I can relate to that. I'm a performer as well in my real job. Right now, we're all locked up, right? But
yeah.
In my real job, not as a talk show host, I do performance all over the countryside. But when you're performing yourself, that groove that you get into, it's hard to change that vibration, right? Or to get out of it. And sometimes we just get caught up. I think the Greeks had in old Greek mythology, there's a thing called muses, and that was their connection to basically creativity, right? So where does your creativity come from? when you're playing music and not other people's music, but your own music? Where does your creativity come from to make that music?
It's just that sound, that sound that just, erupt in your head, and, usually for me, I love the bass guitar, so most times, my music, when that creativity is coming, it comes from a bass groove, so I'm just humming something in my head, like, like my new single I just released, it all started from that group. Saying you get that bass groove, then you start thinking of the other elements like, oh, okay, I think the piano should sound this way, or I'm feeling like a guitar vibe and all that. So when I get in that zone, I just try to, back in the day, I used to mess around with it where, you get that melody in your head and you just, then it's gone, but now, I've learned, my lesson, when I get in that space, I run away from everybody, lock myself up, I just try to, make sure I lock into that rhythm very well. Then I just put it into writing, so that's how it works for me.
That's awesome. So these interviews are only supposed to go about 10 minutes long, and we're already way over halfway.
I know.
Can you give people your information where they can find you online?
Oh yeah, you can always catch me on Facebook, Francis Ona, on Instagram it's going to be at Ona Official, and on Twitter Ona Official 2, meaning Ona Official number 2. So those are the places where you can find me, and you can always check out my YouTube space. So I encourage everybody to go in there, subscribe. There's going to be a lot of more content coming on. I'm dropping my second single very soon. Hopefully before the end of summer, so then I plan to, release the album too before the end of the year. So yeah, we have a lot more stuff, coming your way.
Awesome. With what's happening in the world, a lot of artists are doing the online virtual content. Are you looking at doing any of that stuff as well, like live performance online? I know it's not great for musicians because of the buffering and stuff, but are you looking at it at all?
For somebody like me, I think of it differently. I enjoy it, and I love it when I see other musicians doing stuff like that. But for me, I just feel like it's not my thing. If I'm playing music, I want to see everybody. I want to. There's this connection that you feel when you have everybody around you. And it's always like a synergy. But if I'm vibing by myself at home, I'm practicing, I'm writing music, it's different. But when I want to go live, it's you don't want to go live and you're not yourself. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. I want to be able to always give my best, when I'm putting out anything, So for me, I don't think I'm probably gonna be doing that, But for other artists, musicians who are doing it, I say thumbs up, man. Good job, guys. For keeping the vibe going. Just entertaining people. Who are at home now, just trying to look for something to do, or just, So I say kudos to every artist, musicians who are doing it, putting out content, online, But for me, I'll wait, till everything is back to normal, then we can get back on stage.
That makes sense. Before we end the interview, we've given your stuff out already. People know who you are now. We're almost at the 10-minute mark. The last question I always ask everybody is, we're not in the normal world right now. So what's one thing you've done for yourself today? Not anybody else, but yourself, to make yourself happy.
Say that again.
What's one thing you've done for yourself today to make yourself happy, not anyone else?
Oh, woke up, like always, pray. Prayer is key for me, That's where I get my day started, When I do that, do a little workout, 10, 15 minutes, I do a lot of, body workout without going to the gym and all that, So when I get that done every morning, I think, it just makes my day, So that right there, just makes me happy, Then seeing your family around you, everybody's happy, So that makes me happy too, So, and, it's always good to know that everybody around the world is, things are getting better, especially with, the COVID-19 going on now. So yeah, and we just praying for the best, result, and hopefully, the scientists out there can always, find us a vaccine, that can just, help cure this. pandemic. Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Francis, I want to thank you for coming on. If you need anything else, please let me know. And that's it, everybody. We end the show in the same way every time. Francis, I need you to do this.
All right. Thank you, JC. Thanks for having me. Thanks, everyone, for watching.